Hello, all, and welcome back to Survivor Game Show Network. This is our second exit interview of the season for Survivor Exile Island. I am one of the hosts, Ian Moorhead, joined by my co-host, once again, Morgan Jackson, and exit interview specialist, Denny. And today we are joined by the second boot of our season, Gaby Mallo. Hello, Gaby.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Hi, Gaby.
Hey.
Nice to meet you, Gaby.
It's nice to meet you too.
All right, so we're just going to dive right in. You said your favorite part of orgs is connecting with people, getting to know people, making new friends. I wish we could have seen more from you to see how maybe building friendships with people in the game would have landed you in maybe a different spot.
Yeah, I wish that too, but the way it works.
How many orgs have you played?
I'd say I played a few.
A few.
Yeah.
Times 10 maybe.
So too many to count. Yeah, too many. She doesn't know the whole number, so it's just kind of a few.
Yeah, I don't know the whole number. You're right.
Going into this game, did you know anyone on either tribe?
Yeah, actually, I knew Bill from the other tribe because we had played games together before, but we sadly never got a chance to connect.
Got it. Going into your tribe, meeting your tribe, did you instantly connect with anyone? Did you feel good about anyone right off the bat?
We had a pretty good chats and team bonding sessions, but I didn't make the connections I expected to make.
Do you think that you put forth the effort to do that and it just didn't happen naturally, or?
Yeah.
So going into that first challenge, I have to say I loved your look because you had the green tie around your head. I was like, Gaby came in, she's ready to go for this challenge. I loved it.
Oh yeah,
Came in like the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I'm always ready to compete.
So speaking of that challenge, you killed it in that puzzle. I remember sitting in that room with you, watching you do it live. And I was sitting there and I'm like, you and Andrew were so quiet that I was like, I don't know if either of them if it's actually clicking. And then boom, you just started coming out with it. So congrats on that. How did you feel basically winning that challenge for your tribe?
I felt good because thankfully that was something in my skill set because I've always been a fan of doing word puzzles and stuff. And it paid off.
And did you think you and Andrew both put forth the same effort, or do you think one of you kind of pulled it all together?
It was a team effort because Andrew helped figure out some words and I helped figure out the rest. So it was both of us working together. I wouldn't say there was one person who contributed more.
Yeah, I have to actually add to that because Morgan and I both obviously weren't in the rooms for the puzzle. So, and I know the other tribe had some problems with their puzzle, but I was really shocked when I went back and watched you and Andrew's breakout room, how cohesive that was, especially after just a couple days of playing. It's kind of hard to, mesh and work well in those kind of situations. So yeah, hats off to both of you for really, you got half the puzzle and Andrew got the other half.
Yeah,
so.
It helped that he's a coach, so he has that ability to work well and be the leader. So that also helped.
So the word phrase was find safety on Exile Island. So you found out about the Exile twist right after that. How did you feel about that?
Mixed feelings because on one hand it's good for the people that are sent there, but then if you're counting on them for votes, or if that's the person you're planning to vote off next.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little tricky, right?
And
so
then,
speaking of that,
and someone can come back with an idol. So
yeah, that's true. So speaking of that, your tribe sent Lauren to Exile because you collectively thought Lauren might be in trouble. I didn't really hear you say much one way or the other. Did you agree with sending Lauren to exile?
I did because I mean, if we can save their weakest member, why not?
And then do you still feel that way now? Now, I don't know if you found out from your tribe, but if you watched the episode, you saw that while you're performing and killing that puzzle part of the challenge, Lauren is throwing your name under the bus saying,
I know
Gabby's playing another org.
I know we talked about that one postseason, so I did find out later.
Did you find out like as the season was going, or
Yeah,
like before you got
afterwards.
voted out?
Yeah, like after it ended.
Oh, after it ended.
So, I mean,
Yeah, because I
I'm
didn't know
not-
watching it.
Yeah, I was shocked at the moment, but I can't be mad at her for that because all's fair in these games.
Well, that's a good attitude to
I
have.
can't say I wouldn't have tried the same thing. So
I think that's the veteran attitude in you talking, Gabby, because I feel like someone who's never played before probably wouldn't have the same kind of response. But you're right. You've probably tried something like that in another game, so you can't.
can't say I haven't used my own villain moves once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have went off on Lauren, but
Yeah.
but afterwards I would get it. Like in the heat of the moment, she just threw it out there.
I mean, like,
but then it's funny to watch because
she thought she was screwed. So,
well, it was just funny to watch because your tribe is like trying to take care of her, and you're in that with them. In the meantime, she is like trying to throw you under the bus. It was just cool to watch the edit of it, and because I was watching you with the puzzle, so I didn't see that. I didn't see her actually throwing your name out beforehand. So
I think actually the funniest part about that in the episode, if you go back and watch, is like the Alexa tribe, the tribe Gabby's on, basically has no reaction. The only tribe that's reacting to it is Lauren's own tribe. They're like, what is happening right now? And the Alexa tribe's just kind of like, interesting, thanks for telling us.
yeah, it essentially backfires on her and just makes her look bad.
Yeah.
Not you. So the second challenge, the blindfold challenge, you chose to roll dice in that challenge. Why did you pick that? Did you think that you would be good at it, or
it was
you just didn't want to be the caller?
Basically, the one I would suck the least at, because neither of them were my suit. But I was like, I'll suck the least at the dice, so why not?
Yeah, you did a pretty good job. It looked like you completed it.
We had a strategy beforehand because John already figured out how he was, because we already come up with this strategy to handle that part of the challenge. And I mean, it was a pretty close finish. So
speaking of the finish, I don't think that you were there for it, were you?
No. But I heard about it later.
Yeah, because you like completed your part, which you did well on, and then you just poof, we're gone. And I was like, why would she leave when her tribe is still going? Like, wouldn't you want to be there and cheer them on? Yeah. So why did you leave?
Well, I had something to do, and two, like, I know that the cheering can sometimes make people even more nervous, so probably wanted to avoid that. Because I've seen what happens when the cheering backfires and people get even more nervous and frustrated.
Yeah, I just know if it was me and my team just left, I'd be like,
In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best move.
Yeah, everyone was just left saying, where's Gabby? You voted for Austin. Why did you choose Austin? We hear you say that John's a leader and you probably need him for challenges, but why Austin?
Because the lines I thought I had, emphasis on thought, was pretty much the only ones not in it were Austin and John. And of the two, I figured John would be our better asset.
And did you think that anyone was voting with you? Did you think that Newbies Alliance was voting with you and writing
Yes,
Austin's name down as well?
Clearly I did.
So you were just completely blindsided then.
Yes, I was.
And we heard you say that it's sad voting anyone off, and then you hear your name. Did you know right when you heard your name did you have a feeling it was going to be you in that moment?
No, at first no, because I figured my name probably Austin or John, the only two that I didn't talk to at the vote. But then when I saw a third one come up, I'm like, I'm gone.
Yeah. You said, like right after Ian said it was you, you said, I was never coming for you.
Yeah.
So that goes into a question that I know Ian has from Greg.
Yeah, so Greg asked on Facebook, he said, in your final words, you mentioned you would have stayed loyal to the Alexa tribe. If you had made it further into the game, would you have entertained working with Phil tribe members? If yes, who? Or pushed Alexa strong?
I mean, if it depends, because if I was down on the numbers and needed to work with a Phil member, then yes. But like long term, I would have stayed Alexa strong.
Yeah, and I think in your case, you know, thinking that you had like a majority 5, like that makes sense for that kind of response. But yeah, I guess knowing your actual position in the game, yeah, you would have been more inclined to work with Phil.
If I thought because if I had an idea that I was probably on the bottom, then I would have flipped.
Who did you think was your closest ally?
I mean, at first I thought it was going to be Jim, since we got along well, and probably Mackenzie to stick, because we were the only girls on the tribe. I figured we would stick together that way, but apparently not.
Yeah, we have a couple more questions from our Facebook page. So Jay Milligan asks, Mackenzie said good luck in your other org as you left. Do you think that's ultimately what sunk your game, or were there other reasons?
Well, basically when she said that, I figured that was probably why.
I think the three of us played in a long game together, Gabby, and I put like 22 hours a day into that game. I can't imagine playing more than one game at a time. So I think I do think that's why you went out, because you left the challenge and you weren't just fully invested in the one game. So I think moving forward, do you think you'll put more focus on one game at a time, or do you just like going in all different games and just meeting tons of people and having fun? Because that would be,
I definitely, this was a learning experience, and I would put more focus into one game moving forward.
Yeah, because I would like to see how you can do if you put everything into just one game at a time, because I do think you said you're social and you like making friends. I would have, like I said in the very beginning of this, I would have loved to see you build up those friendships and see how that could take you. Because there were a lot of, as you'll see, the upcoming challenges, there were a lot of puzzle type challenges and different challenges that I think you would have done well in. So yeah, who knows? Can you describe your game in one word?
Technically 2 words, but short-lived.
Hyphenated.
It works. And then do you think that we heard you say that you would play again, but do you still feel that way now?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm too competitive to say to turn it down if given the shot. Yeah, no. If you give me a chance, of course I would.
Nice. So, like Mackenzie did say, better luck in your other org. Did you have better luck in your other org?
I did.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I liked watching you, even though it was a short time. I love that they pulled all different people and different ages for this cast. I think that's always good to see. And
Definitely,
I loved watching you.
CBS Survivor could take a lesson from you guys in casting.
You hear that? Listen up.
It's true. They should. Well, that's all I have.
We do have one more question on our Facebook post from McKenna. She asked, have you played a Zoom org before or one that's this intense? Because we saw Will underestimate the players on his tribe. Do you feel like you did the same thing with the players on your tribe?
Not so much that I underestimated them, but that I should have been more deliberate in making the relationships.
Yeah, because I think I do agree. I think Will actually did underestimate. Will said he described his game. His one word that he used was cocky, and I don't think you could say that like you were so cocky in that. I think it was a completely different situation. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think. I mean, your targets were John and Austin, people that you knew had played before, and you said that they were threatening.
I was not so much playing before. It was because it was like I didn't have any problem. Like I didn't want to go back on the deals I made. That was more the reason.
Yeah.
Like if I make a deal with you early on, I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I do remember reading that you described yourself as a loyal player. That's always nice to have when you're trying to find an alliance, someone who you feel is going to be loyal to you throughout.
Yeah.
Well, I loved watching you, Gaby. Thank you for sitting down with us for this interview.
Awesome.
And maybe we'll see you again.
Maybe, who knows?
Any last things you want to add, Gaby?
Just to anyone who's watching this and wants to play for next season, do it.
Love it.
Hey, we love that. Yes.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you to all for watching our second exit interview of the season. Stay tuned on Mondays and Thursdays for new episodes, and make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Survivor Game Show Network, so you don't miss any of the season's content.